Hi folks, welcome to another edition from the Mayor's Desk, and from the outset I'd like to thank the many community groups that have been out and about in Whyalla during March. We've still got a couple of weeks left, but helping us clean up as part of Clean Up Australia Day, which we've extended into Clean Up Whyalla Month. Some fantastic results we've already seen on our social media, photos of groups out there cleaning up, making Whyalla look much more attractive. Council staff and elected members. On Sunday, we ourselves had our own teams that went out doing different patches around Whyalla. Me and my partner, we went out to the Mad Mile. For others that don't know the Mad Mile, we're talking about the Norrie Avenue extension, out to one still there. Unfortunately, that gets covered in litter, and it has not been a good spot lately because of, I believe, uncovered loads that are going out to the waste area. But between us and also we came across another team doing the same road, plenty of litter to pick up, so there was enough for us all from Triple Y, and a big thanks to them for what they've done. I would encourage our community, when you're going out to the waste resources, please cover your loads properly. This is obviously a lot of rubbish that has just been blown off, and people have not been prepared to stop and pick it up. But hopefully that will look a lot cleaner now, and other parts of Whyalla. You've got till the end of March. Groups that are still planning to do it, make sure you send your photos of doing what you're doing to us, and we can get them on social media as one way to thank you for what you've been doing to help clean up Whyalla. And now getting back to the council meeting, probably one of the biggest stories that came out of that you'd certainly be interested in was the advice that we had from Phill that the Westland shopping precinct has been declared a designated shopping precinct. Now, I'm sure you've heard about this in suburban Adelaide and elsewhere. They have now declared 4 shopping areas designated shopping precincts: Port Augusta, ourselves, and 2 shopping areas in Mount Gambier. And this is all about, well, first of all, Council welcomes this measure. It enables Phill to provide improved safety and security within the areas for our residents, for us. We know there's been lots of issues at times, people concerned. This is all about improving safety. Won't go into how it's going to operate. If you go and have a look at our agenda from the council meeting, we've got a map of the area. There's also the copies of the legislation, and also how Phill will go about doing this task to make us feel much safer. And it's not just the Westland Shopping Centre, it also includes all the businesses up McDowell Stewart Avenue towards Cartledge Avenue as well. It is just one of the measures that's gradually being introduced, not just in Whyalla, but elsewhere, to improve our safety. So we thank Phill for doing that, and we look forward to things improving and our community feeling much safer. As I said, go to our website and you can see very clearly what this is all about, where the actual boundaries are, and how we believe it is going to help just make going to that area of the city a little bit safer, and we all benefit. Very pleased, as always. There's a particular part of an agenda every quarter that I really enjoy being able to share with you, and that's, as a contributor to Whyall's economy, Council spends generally more than half its quarterly budget on local suppliers within Whyalla. And again, if you want to have a look at these in our agenda, for example, this latest quarter, our total spend on looking after the city was just over $4.7 million. Of that, more than half, $2.5 million, is spent locally. The rest for services and work and procurements that obviously you can't always get locally, and that has to go out of town. But it is an effort that we make at council to ensure that wherever we can, we use local services. And in fact, in this particular council report, there is a list there of the types of areas that we do spend the money. And it is without doubt the longest list I've ever seen in a report, and I thank those that prepared this report for including it. And I'm quite sure if you read through that in the agenda, you too will be astounded. So many areas that we invest in Whyalla to spend locally to ensure our people get the maximum amount of benefit from the ratepayers' dollars, and of course grant money that we receive at time. So that's another one in the agenda. I think it is really worth, you want to know what council is doing with their money, this will tell you the exact areas that they spend it on. So, as I said, and I keep saying this, it is a part of our agenda every quarter that I really like to get across to the community about how much of the economy Whyalla Council is trying to look after. Just a couple of other updates, the Point Lowly update. Now also in the council agenda there's a fantastic one-page report there about what's happening out at Point Lowly. The upgrade of the toilet facilities, a fantastic mural that has also been included, some other changes there which just make that look a lot more attractive. I've always believed, and I've been saying this for decades, well before I became Mayor of Whyalla, that when any local government invests in the tourism facilities and aspects, locals are the ones that benefit, because often it is easier to get grant funds to develop tourism or economic issues or investments than it is often in just providing facilities, as is often seen, for the local residents. So the more that tourism is becoming so important to Whyalla, the more our own residents benefit from those facilities. And I think I haven't been out to Point Lowly for a little while, so seeing what is being done out there, I think with Easter just around the corner, the Stone household will be tripping out there with a barbie and having a good look and enjoying some of that fantastic nature we've got out there. Also, I had a query the other day, what's happened to one of the statues at the Flinders Freycinet Lookout? We always had two. Well, we looked into that. No, it's not vandalism. Would you believe that we've had those statues up now for 25 years? They've been maintained, they've had one coat of paint in that time. However, it is now time for them to be restored, a little bit of rust settling in, some new painting, so they are having a refresher. They haven't been vandalised. A lot of people just jump to the conclusion of that, but they will be back up there promoting Whyalla and in their pristine condition. Finally, don't forget we're still in that March month, of course, of Unearth Festival 2026. There's been a huge program already. Please go to whyalla.com, check out the program. There is a heap of activities coming up. And in fact, this Friday, you've got a plethora of things. It's going to be, which one do you go to? You've got Cossie's Choir in town. You've got 50 and Fabulous at the Art Gallery. You've got a night of comedy and curiosity at the Adelaide Uni. And of course, you've got Foreshore, fantastic Friday, Foreshore Friday. Lots happening, lots from which to choose. Check out whyalla.com. Make the most of everything. Heaps of kids' activities and adult entertainment as well. I've probably gone over time. Enjoy the rest of March. We're coming into some fantastic weather. Make sure you enjoy this weekend in particular. We'll chat again. Cheers.